Today?
Good.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, I'm doing pretty good today myself, I'll have you know. Because today we're going to be learning about what's most important in life. What do you guys think is most important in life?
Sleep.
I like all those things. They're important. It might be a saltwater fish tank. It might be a hamburger. You never know. But this video here is going to kind of answer what kind of ties all those things together, what's really most important in life. And as you watch this video, ask yourself, what's most important in your life?
So here goes. The most important we'll ever have is, drum roll please, good values. Yes, good values. Now I know that may sound boring, and I realize that it's possible that you may have never really thought about values or even know what I'm talking about. So let me explain. A value is something you think is more important than anything else. More important than money, more important even than love, and even more important than happiness. And above all, values are what you consider to be more important than your feelings. This is very hard for a lot of people to believe because we live in a time when people think that how they feel about something is more important than anything else. But that isn't so. Here's a simple example of the conflict between a feeling and a value. Just about everyone feels like eating junk food. But there's a big problem here. If you eat whatever you feel like eating, you will end up obese and unhealthy. So then, what is it that stops people from eating all the food they feel like eating? The answer is a value. That's right, a value. And what is that value? Not getting obese and staying healthy. There is, in other words, a necessary battle that goes on inside of most people. The battle between what they feel, in this case the desire to eat junk food, and a value that they hold, in this case staying healthy and looking good. Now, as important as a healthy body is, this conflict between what we feel like doing and values is even more important when it comes to how we treat other people, not just ourselves. Here's one that will make you think. Imagine you're walking on a beach with the dog you love, when all of a sudden you look out at the water and you see your dog drowning. And imagine, too, that at the same time, about 100 feet from your dog, a person you don't know, a stranger, is also drowning. Now, which would you try to save first? Just about anyone who loves their pet would feel like saving their pet first. But what if you value human life even more than an animal's life? And you probably do. After all, you probably eat animals, but you wouldn't eat a human being. Then your value, the unique preciousness of human life, is in conflict with your feelings for your dog. Here's another example. Imagine you are about to take an important test at school. If you cheat on that test, you'll be able to avoid failing and maybe even get into some great school. But what if you have a value, what we call a moral value, that cheating is wrong? You sure feel like cheating, but if you have moral values, you know it's wrong to. Again, that battle between your feelings and a value. Almost everything that is wrong with the world comes from people either not having higher moral values or not living by them because they feel they want to do something else. People who murder feel like murdering, and they do what they feel rather than live by the value of preserving human life. People who steal feel that they want the thing that they steal, so they take what they feel like having rather than live by the value of not stealing. The list is pretty much endless. And that's why good values are the most important thing any of us can ever have. Without them, the world would be a very terrible place. And finally, know this. The best people you know, meaning the nicest, kindest, and most honest, are people who battle their feelings every day of their lives. So should you. I'm Dennis Prager.
Sweet. So what did you guys learn after watching that video?
Just like I guess like what are you talking about, like the conflict between feelings and then choosing, I guess, what's actually the right thing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting approach to that, 'cause I'd never heard that.
That is an interesting approach. And like it said, we're going to have feelings that are contrary to our values, and values that are sometimes contradictory to our feelings. So our personal values are something that is very important to us, something that drives our life, something that we can't really hold or touch. At the same time, it's something very real. Something like I can say that Jane is a very kind person, or Olivia is a very positive person, or Jackson's a very hardworking person. Those are things that you can't really like buy in a store, but they're things that are real, things that define you. Now, can anyone think of an example of someone who stayed true to their values instead of following their feelings that are contradictory to them, or even the opposite of that?
Yes, we can. Do so my dad has the value of not working on Sunday, and I don't think Jane was born yet, or maybe she was, but when we were really little, he had this really good job, but they wanted him to start working on Sundays. So he told them he wouldn't work on Sundays, and he quit that job, and then he just started working in the sewer full time. But now he's like a senior vice president at Vision Smart Home, so I guess in the end, even though he kind of had a setback since he kept his values, people ended up really respecting him for that and knowing that he was someone who would stick to what he thought was right, and so it ended up benefiting him in the long run.
Nice. Yeah, you can definitely tell how it benefited him and how he kind of like drove his life by that principle and how eventually it worked out for him. Can anyone else think of an example of someone who stayed true to their values, even in like in a movie or like someone else you know? There's a lot of good examples in
I feel
movies.
like everything's just left in my brain. Yeah, that's your turn.
Trying to think of something that I'm not just dissecting. All I can think of is like church people.
One example I always think of is Anakin Skywalker from Star Wars. How he had a very strong feeling of anger. Because he wasn't able to control that anger, he made some choices that were very against his values. So you can kind of see like the bad things that could happen when you choose your feelings over your values. So it could have positive and negative effects. So that's a personal value. Another type of value is called a tangible value. A tangible value is something that you can hold, that you can buy, that is important to you. Something like this laptop or this speaker or your phone. Something worth money. Also, a tangible value could be something such as a physical choice that you make, such as whether you want to wake up or whether you want to exercise. And some things have more tangible value than others. For an example, well, Jane, can you think of something that costs more than another something?
A cheeseburger costs more than French fries.
Why do you think a cheeseburger costs more than French fries?
Because there's more of it.
Okay, there's more of it. That's definitely one thing that could do it. So let's say we put next to each other this notebook and this laptop. They both can be used for writing, and they both can be used to express your thoughts on. Which one would cost more?
The laptop.
Obviously the laptop.
Yeah.
Why would it cost more, do you think?
It just does more, like,
Well, it costs more to produce too.
yeah.
Like this probably only costed like 2 or 3 cents. But this probably costed a lot more than 2 or 3 cents to produce.
Yeah, you're very right. There's things that give things tangible value, and definitely such as where these things are made or what they're made of plays a big part in it.
You give me the worst example.
So here's an example here of how sometimes our tangible values go along with our personal values. So, Jane, do you want to sit here maybe so the rest of our class can see the screen?
I mean, you can turn if you want. I'll still see. I can still.
You're sure?
Oh, like,
Yeah,
I got
like-
you. You want me
I
to,
don't
like,
even think you
move
can see
up
it from
there?
here. It's okay. So here we have a picture of a Big Mac, soda, and fries next to a very healthy sandwich with grapes and sparkling cider. Which one do you think's cheaper here? That one.
Yeah.
What do you think would make this cost more than this?
Well, it probably doesn't expire as fast. I mean, it's the first thing that came up, right?
You mean that one expires faster?
No, this one expires faster than this one. This one is like rather made brown.
No, it's the other way around. This one has more preservatives.
That one lasts longer? That doesn't make sense to me.
No, okay, so think about it, like fresh food. Like if you get a
Fast
taste, if you make homemade bread and you leave it out, it's gonna go bad eventually, right? If you get a Twinkie and you leave it out, that thing will go bad for years.
Very true.
There you go. That probably is one thing that would make this, the healthy sandwich, cost more than this. Another reason is because this has better ingredients here. Now, on a normal day, if you had the choice, most people would choose the McDonald's hamburger and the French fries. But really, if someone has the personal value of making healthy life decisions, such as feeling good and eating healthy food, then you're going to want to choose this. This looks like it's homemade as well, and that can also take time. It depends where you place your value on time or you place your value on being healthy. Now I'm going to go through some examples of personal and tangible values here. So here we see a picture of a girl comforting another girl, and at the same time, a person may have the value of being more enclosed, more focused on their phone than talking to a person. And there's really no values that are considered good or bad generally, but it's more of what people choose to live by. Right here, someone may spend their time with friends partying, or they may spend their time studying. Or someone may be one of the people making fun of someone, or someone may help their friend that's being made fun of. We always have these choices in life, and their values very much drive those choices. Here's some more values here. So you can see some tangible sources here, either college or buying a truck. Now they both might cost the same. The truck might even cost a little bit more. It depends where you place your value. If you want something temporarily, something you can have a lot of fun in and do a lot of work in, or something that will take a lot of work in the first place but also pay off. Whether you want to sleep in, or whether you want to wake up early. Whether you want to spend your money on important things such as refrigerators or microwaves or TVs, whether you want to spend your money on traveling. Whether you're more of a soccer player or more of a video game player. Whether you're more of a smoker or whether you're more of a person who says no to drugs. Either of those decisions are up to you to make.
It's true. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I missed anything. Hello? Well, I don't know you. I'm Libby. Hi, Libby. Hello?
How's it going?
Sorry, I just saw you guys. I'm at Improv right now. I fell with my water and I was like, I'll say hi to these sweet.
You want to join our class? Oh. Oh, you're totally welcome to.
Sorry.
You're good. Have a good day. She has the value of being friendly. Okay, so now we're going to put our values to the test by playing a game on Kahoot. Have any of you guys played Kahoot before?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm like 1%, but
Okay,
oh, it's true.
so join it is going to be this code right here.
No, we gotta up that music. It's so good.
So what you do is you go to the website here, kahoot.com.
Oh, I'm good, don't worry. Because my phone's on 1%, so like I got this. Anyway, 3, 4, 2, 7, 6, 8, 2, 7.
Okay, is everyone ready? Nice. Okay, so first question, what is a personal value? Just as a warm-up. A brand that makes things that you buy at Walmart, the amount of money that you're worth, things that are important to you that aren't worth money, or something tangible that you can't buy. And it looks like all of you got it. Things that are important to you that aren't worth money. They will get harder as we go along. Who do you prefer to spend your time with? Family, friends, your dog, or you prefer to be alone? So it looks like I have 2 for family and 1 for friends. They're both great. And honestly,
I mean, I already know who chose the blue one, so.
and it's not like you're going to spend your whole life with your family, your whole life with your friends. You definitely make different choices through different days. It just really depends on the choice you're making. So what tangible value is most important to you? In style clothing, your house, your car, or your phone? Your car? No one chose your house. Huh, so 2 for your car and 1 for your phone. Nice.
They're all renting, right? Yeah. So it's not my house.
Which value do you find most important? Love, happiness, success, or peace? 2 for love, 1 for peace. Nice. And like you can see here, love, happiness, success, and peace are all great things. Where would you most like to eat dinner tonight? This one's tough. Oh, we have all over the board. 1 for Cafe Rio, 1 for Panda Express, and 1ne for
I
Subway.
chose Panda
I just want to say
I've never been to Cafe Rio or Applebee's.
You've never been to Cafe Rio?
If you're offended by someone that you're having a conversation with, how do you react to them? Don't say anything about it? Throw a pineapple at them.
Can you imagine?
So one person's going to throw a pineapple at the person, the other's not going to say anything, and the other is going to tell the person how they feel about what they said. I'm glad that no one said say something hurtful in return. What if there's homework tonight that you have to finish, but your friends are going to a movie? Would you go see the movie with them later and push it off? Would you drop out of the class? Would you say, told to finish the assignment? Or would you justify doing homework on the way to the movie? No one's going to drop out of the class.
Just saying, guys. I got it.
Nice.
I remember like how I was doing my validation work and everything.
You have no plans on Saturday night. How do you feel it?
I was the last person to answer.
So 2 would invite your friends to do a fun activity while 1 will watch your favorite show on Netflix. Okay, we have 3 more. If you want to avenge your sibling's crime of stealing your restaurant leftovers, what do you do? It looks like most of you would ask them if you could have some of their leftovers for next time, and one of you leave it unnoticed. Those are pretty peaceful answers. I'm glad that none of you chose to fill their shampoo bottle with hot sauce.
That's just so much extra work.
That's true. What do you value most? Power, friendship, adventure, or peace?
It's just the most popping music.
All 3 of you value friendship.
Oh.
Nice. Must mean y'all have blue personalities. And last one. If someone is talking badly about your friend behind their back, what do you do? Looks like 2 of you are going to defend your friend's reputation, and 1 of you would turn that person's conversation away from your friend. Both very peaceful answers. I like those. See, as you saw, people have different values. Everyone tries to do their best, but sometimes people just have different decisions than others. For our exit ticket today, what we're going to do is we all have notebooks here. We're all going to write 4 values, and then we're going to share one of them with the class, and we're going to say why that value defines us. Okay, has everyone chosen theirs?
I only have one more.
Nice. Okay, so we don't have a lot of time, but everyone say their one value that defines them and then a little bit about why it does. Okay, so for me, I think one that I chose was being a learner. I really like learning. I like exploring, and I like finding out different things about the world and people around me. Okay, I guess we can go in a circle this way. Want to go next, Jane?
I chose honesty, which I feel like, you know, it's so important to be honest. And people can trust you, and they always know like you got their back.
Nice. What about you, Louie?
I chose compassion because probably most of the most important relationships and most of the really good things I've had in me in life has been because either someone has been compassionate towards me or because I've been compassionate towards them.
Very cool. What about you, Jackson?
I'd say like relationships. It's not really a value, but like I just really value relationships.
No, I say it's a relationship. It definitely defines your life and helps you make a lot of life decisions.
Yeah.
So as we go outside of high school, as we explore the world around us, we're going to learn that our values are very important in the decisions that we make. So we're going to be learning more about this in this unit, and we're going to be writing an essay about a value that defines us. So be thinking about that.